Are we live?
Yes.
Oh, hi everyone! Welcome to Warrenguard. We are live and ready to ride some dragons. I'm Natalie Putum. I am both the game master for this game and the writer of Warrenguard. Let's go around and meet our fantastic cast before we get started. And we are going to start with AJ. AJ, who are you? Okay, we are not going to start with AJ. We're going to start on the other side. We're going to start with Depth. Depth, who are you?
You're
You're muted.
Muted.
No one's ready. No one is ready. Yeah.
I wasn't ready. I'm so used to being lost.
All right.
Hello, my name is Depth, like the ocean. You can find me on all things like Chaotic Bunny. My pronouns are they, them, and I play Vibrance, who gives me she, her pronouns, and it's the fresh face.
All right. And then Madeline, who are you and who are you going to be playing?
I'm Madeline. I am playing Lee, who uses she, her pronouns, and is the caretaker. Has the caretaker archetype and has a little orange dragon named Rascal and a cat named Wallace.
Excellent. Christian, who are you and who are you going to be playing today?
Hey everybody. Hi, my name is Christian, aka Fluffy Goomba on several socials. But today I will be playing Scarlet, the ace and captain of this dear Warrenguard.
All right. And AJ, are you ready yet?
Yeah, no, I'm ready.
Okay.
Hi, I'm AJ, also known as Husha Kid. My pronouns are he, they, and I play Rebel, the pink dragon rider, also the outsider, who goes by they, them.
Excellent. And then who could forget about Abby like I just did? Abby, who are you and who are you playing?
Someone who's unforgettable. I'm playing Sandy. The outsider goes by they, she pronouns.
The outsider.
Also the former, sorry, not outsider, old timer. It starts with an O, ends with an R. Same thing, completely. Formerly used to be the commander. Now is just old MILF energy. You know how it is. Played by me, Abby. Hey. Yeah, that's it.
All right. We open a few weeks after last session's party that was fun, depending who you ask. It is a bright, early morning. Who is the first to wake up?
Probably
say-
either me or
I
or
think
dear
it's going to be
caretaker.
Lee. I think it makes sense for it to be
I'm
Lee.
making breakfast for everyone.
Lee, you
Obviously.
wake up in your room in the Warren. What does your room look like?
I think it's like cottagecore threw up. It's like the sad little twin bed, but so many plants have been brought in, and like I think Lee's the kind of person who can take like the nub of like an herb and turn it into like a flowering plant, and just has a room full of plants, so many plants. There's like a lot of like repurposed white linen, a hand sewn quilt on her bed that's probably a remnant of home, and there are kind of like dried herbs over her bed, like little, almost like kind of like wards, like just like slightly witchy, but more like it smells good more than anything else. And then Wallace is like curled up in like the crook of her knee because she sleeps on her side, makes herself small.
Your room faces the peak of Kraven Top. Your window faces it, and the sunlight streaming through your window is incredibly bright this morning. It's almost like midday, but the sun is just rising. And you realize immediately what this means. It's one of your favorite days of the year, I imagine. It is the sun is shining through Craven's eye, a cave on Craven Top, and that means that, and which beams light up at the warren high above. Um, and you know that this means that it is the choosing, the day where you will
Hmm.
choose a young citizen of Craven Top to travel to the Caldera and be a candidate to become a dragon rider.
I think kind of like Lee thinks about, her choosing and kind of like the process that went into that and how it's just like a really big, overwhelming day for everyone. And I think with that, it's kind of like, well, like we got to get the day started, obviously. So kind of like, not like leaps out of bed, but there's a excited urgency
Yep.
to her movement.
Yeah. And I think Wallace leaps out with you and kind of curls between your legs
Yeah.
as you walk out of your room toward the
Yeah.
kitchen.
Thank
Uh,
you.
you, Scarlett, what is your room like as we see you wake up?
I think Scarlett's room is kind of boring. I
Hmm.
think it's more it's like someone who's stuck in like that military mindset of
Uh-huh.
very tidy, very simple, very clean. He has pick like metals like in like frames on his walls. He's got how would I describe it properly? He's probably got a couple of weapons, like broken weapons from like old battles that have shattered on the field that he decided were good keepsakes, like first win, first loss. Uh, uh, um, and anytime he gets like appreciation or like fan mail or affectionate gifts from the people, he keeps those like a nice like corner of his room. So like that's the messiest part because he can't figure out how to organize that properly.
Hmm.
And it's always growing or shifting or changing. And he makes sure to keep very good care of all of those gifts that he's gotten from the people.
Yeah,
I think that corner is his prized possession
excellent.
of this room of his. But everything else is boring as hell.
Yeah. And I think you get kind of, I think, woken up every morning by Lee's footsteps headed to the kitchen. It's your room is between Lee and the kitchen, and
Mhm,
it's almost how you wake up every day.
mhm. Think I do wake up and I do make my way to the kitchen
Okay.
to to see what they're cooking up for this because I know what today is,
Yep.
and to see if anything special is being made
Yep.
or in for today's choosing.
Okay. Excellent. Who's next?
I mean, Vibrance is probably a pretty early riser.
Okay. What
Just
does
being.
Vibrance's room look like? Have you had much of a chance to decorate it yet?
Uh, so I think so. I think Vibrance is absolutely one of those people that like immediately unpacks and gets everything done.
Hmm.
So I feel like it's a little bit similar to Skeleton, which is very minimalistic. She's still holding a lot of like habits from the academy because she's like fresh from the academy, but she has a few kind of mementos scattered. So she has her graduation certificate from the academy framed and like square in the middle of like her headboard wall. Um, and then above her desk, she has like a desk, and with above her desk is like a vision board. And it has little handwritten notes of all the tips that her Warrenguard has been giving her since her time
Uh-huh.
here. So she has like a little note from like when Scarlett talked to her about always delegating work. Has a little note from like Lee that when she gave Vibrance advice on like taking care of yourself so that you can be stronger for riding, and all these little notes from everyone and pictures of everyone in flight and kind of little notes of like their balance and how to be better. Um But yeah, everything's very neat, very tidy. Just has the basic furniture, has pictures of like family scattered around as well, but very simple.
Excellent. Rebel, where have you been? Oh, are you next?
Yeah, I would be.
Okay, excellent. All right.
Um,
What does your room look like?
kind of a 25 to 35 year to 45, I don't know, years later version of Almost Vibrances, except the room is filled with things. So it's like the certificate above the headboard, but it's like aged old sun on it, and then all around it, coming out of it, all the previous notes of like, oh, what to do have been covered up by thank yous and drawings and everything from all the people in the hold throughout all over the years. That one time Sandy had a transfer from a different hold we don't talk about. And then just like little like shelves have been like built in, just like little trinkets, thank yous. There's like hand knit things. Everything has been kept throughout all the years meticulously. And hidden away behind like a drape that's just like, oh, it's my messy chair. It hides Sandy's own like knitting and crochet basket, but that's where Sandy always throws her like their rider's jacket, so no one sees her. Because it's like, I'm not old. What do you mean?
Excellent. And you wake up, and I think your room also faces Craven Top, and you've got the sun in your eyes. I think as you wake up, it's, you know,
I just doesn't leave yet though. It's doing morning stretches because
yeah.
gotta stay limber.
How many times do you think you've done this, Sandy? We haven't put an age on Sandy, but how many choosings have you?
Because it's the first choosing that Sandy had, and then it's like 18. Because like Sandy, I assume Sandy is like around 50. So
Uh-huh.
has been to at least 30, like bare minimum 30
Yep.
choosings. And I'd say also being a dragon rider, it's similar job to being like a firefighter, where like you
Yep.
you don't retire at 65. You're
Yep.
you wouldn't be able to. So
Yeah. And I think
yeah.
one of the items you reflect on in your room as you get up is a letter from. Not everyone who gets sent to the Caldera gets chosen for a dragon.
Yeah.
Sometimes you go there and there just aren't enough eggs.
Mm-hmm.
But someone you sent who was successful,
Mm-hmm.
like 15 years ago at this point, and is now commander of their own Warrenguard. There's a letter
Mm-hmm.
that they wrote you thanking you for being part of their choosing. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and you look at that letter as you get up today.
Yeah. Just get a stretch looking.
Uh,
Big big sigh. Choosing people's destiny never gets old.
yeah. Rebel, where have you been sleeping? Your room was torched, as we remember, by Cinder and their dragon Ashen.
Yeah, so I think I mean for that first little bit, he wasn't really sleeping that much. They weren't really sleeping that much. And then I think just like probably different places around the Warren, like
Huh?
sometimes in the hearth, like at the hearth. Uh, uh, the infirmary has a pretty good bed in there. Uh, but I think recently they have been falling asleep at the temple.
Mhm.
Um, just still trying to figure out those oracle powers, just staying up until they pass out, figuring out if they're getting any new visions, or if it's the same visions over and over again.
You wake up, and the statue of the goddess is over you and is glowing. It is the focus of the light shining up from Craven's eye down below. So the goddess Craven looks like she has a halo above you as you wake up. Um,
That's not startling at all. Sure. Morning to you too, goddess. and we'll just like stretch out because probably just was just like cross-legged sitting on the floor leaning up against a wall or something, and then ended up falling asleep there, and then just like
And Rook kind of disturbs your slow wake up and is like, "It's choosing day."
I can see that, Rook. Yes. Do you have the the kids that are lined up to be part of this whole thing?
Oh yeah, there's 5 of them that submitted this year.
Who are they? Who are they?
Well, you know, there's Jonathan, my favorite. Jonathan's really great. Just has very confident.
Mm-hmm.
Knows what he wants out of life. There's Riley. Riley's a weirdo. Real strange one. There's what's her name? The quiet one. I can't think of it. Oh, and then there's Yorick's nibbling. Tyson. Tyson's their name.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then there's that hot bartender's daughter.
You mean Jonathan's sister?
Oh yeah, I
Jonathan's
always
twin
forget
sister?
those two are related.
Jonathan's twin sister.
Yeah.
Lydia.
Yeah, she has a lot of the same confidence, but it's like different. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Do they have like a sheet of paper that has all of them on it, or they're just like he's just like doing it off of memory?
he's doing it off of memory.
Yeah, figured. All right, interesting. Interesting lineup. And like we'll start heading out of the temple, and then looks back and like, we're all weirdos, right? Have you met Sandy?
Nah, Sandy's normal.
Right. It just would leave it at that. And heads over to I'm kind of picturing the temple as like a little bit further away off from like the main area. So is I guess like walking through like the field through the stables and then to the
you
kitchen.
come through the stables that are newly built. I think LaFora's still sleeping. Is curled up in a little ball. You can feel their like dreams in your head if you like focus enough.
Mhm.
You see Velocity just kind of tapping their tail on the ground. Looks ready to go. Rascal is fully rolled over and sprawled out.
Yeah, I think like as I'm going through the stable, like I'm replenishing their water, going over there's probably like some dried meats like always ready, and just like we'll like start tossing them in and tossing them over to so like Velocity. Probably once starts like tossing the dried meats will get Rascal's attention. And like going over to Silver. Probably
Winter. I think when you go over to
yeah.
Winter looks like a statue sitting there. And as you go to fill their water, their eye just opens just a little bit, and they move very gently.
We'll look up at Winter. It's like, you good, girl?
And they kind of huff, and a blast of cold air hits you in the face.
Thanks. Thanks. I'm gonna need that for when I go see Scar. And I probably don't even like try to like be gentle with like throwing in the meats with Scar. Just kind of like throw them in and just like because I know
Yeah.
Scar's probably gonna
Yeah.
try to bite me.
Yeah, Scar kind of growls at you as you do.
Yeah. And then I'll leave meat for LaFleur.
Uh-huh.
She's probably not gonna wake up for like
Nope.
another half hour, maybe.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And then because I know the only dragon that's really part of the choosing today is Velocity.
Uh-huh.
Probably just like put in an extra meat for Velocity. Just like, hope you're ready.
She like her wings go full out, like she's showing off a little bit. Or he's showing off a little bit. Velocity is he, him pronouns, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry. Like,
And we'll kind of just like pat their side. It's like, yeah, you got this. Your wings looking really great now.
they kind of headbutt you a little bit.
We'll full headbutt back, like fully just. And then we'll head into the kitchen area where I know that Leah's cooking up something good.
Lee, what are you making this morning for breakfast?
I'm making pancakes.
Excellent.
I am making pancakes and
With turkey bacon?
No, there's no turkey bacon. I'm not allowed to anymore. Vibrant. But I have pancakes, I have some eggs, I have home style potatoes, there's like tea, coffee, milk, juice. There's a whole drinks bar. There is like fresh cut fruit, but I learned how to like make the cut fruit look like swans, and that's like my new. And I'm like, just look at them. They're so little. I'm just so enamored by these oranges that I'm cutting into swans.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And as is everyone kind of sitting around the table as Rebel comes in and Lee is setting the table?
Yes. I think as everyone's setting up and sitting down, Scarlet is just like, okay, now we're all here. I just want to get a lowdown on what everyone is finalizing for their and like looks over to to
Vibrance is at the table with a very thick notebook in hand that is almost completely full, and it's like vigorously scribbling in it. But then at hearing that, kind of looks at you and closes the notebook and like slides it up into their lap.
Finalizing their designs for their tests. I would like to just get a rundown on what everyone's test will be. Just so that we all know the order of how these kids are going to be going through the ringer this year.
I also got the names of the kids from Rook. Well, except for one. He didn't remember one of them. But we got 5.
Describe them to me. Maybe I know.
Well, one, we got Lydia.
Yeah.
We also got Jonathan.
Okay.
We got Tyson, York's nibbling.
Okay.
We've got a kid named Riley. I don't know if I'm familiar with Riley. And then Rook said something about a very quiet and sweet kid.
Hannah.
What then? Oh.
Writes me letters. Sweet.
Oh. Okay.
Nice.
Cool. So we got 5 this year.
Any but we know these kids. Any candidates that stand out so far?
Well, we all know. We know Lydia wants to be a gold dragon rider.
Yeah, it's definitely Lydia. I was going to say that as well.
She's always the most excited to ride the dragons whenever we do the festival, and knows the most about dragons.
This is
and
true.
knows the most about us.
This is very true.
She knows a disturbing amount about us.
They are quite watchful. I'll say that right now.
I'm quite impressed. I've only been here not that long, and it's a little scary.
Yeah, you gotta step your game up. You gotta know. You gotta know these things.
Look, when you have the charm of a child, there's nothing that adults won't tell you. So she's very good at information gathering.
Yeah. I would say it seems like a pretty good group of candidates. But honestly, when it comes to especially kids at that age, they can practice all they want. It's how they do under pressure. It's a long endurance needed day. And so it's really important to see how they handle the stress of the whole day and the pressure of being in the public eye the entire day as the candidates.
That's that's the thing. Like, I feel like Lydia doesn't really care about the public eye about that much.
Yeah.
Jonathan, on the other hand, very much in the public eye. Very much gets that from his father being a guild master and all that. Tyson is the most
that's a strong one, right?
This is a big one.
They are the most physically able one.
Yeah. They hit that growth spurt real young.
Yeah.
I want to say I'm listening intently, but I'm cutting up an apple to look like a dragon.
Yeah.
That is why we established the round robin style of testing this time around, just not to see what they're like in one sense, but in all senses that are important to this profession.
Is Riley the one with all the dark clothes?
Riley's the one that sticks to the shadows a lot. Riley's the one that's very.
I love an underdog.
As weirdo.
Oh,
it's a little rude.
Fan favorite.
Just,
also, someone that doesn't care what people think. We love to see it.
I don't know much about Hannah. What do you know?
Oh, just wrote letters. I would say when you were saying that Lydia knew the most, Hannah, I would say quite studious, knows a bunch. May not be the most social, but I hope I can at least get a little volume from the speaking in my trial today, because if you can't yell out at, your Warrenguard when you're flying on a dragon, can't really communicate. So
speaking of, what is everyone's trial? This is because it's Christian asking so that the audience can also know what the trials are.
I mean, I'm doing the same one as I do pretty much every year. I bark at them, make sure they know how to follow orders, try to intimidate them slightly so I can see if they can stand up for themselves, and also just be respectful. And all the while that they do conditioning workouts and answer trivia.
Nice.
Well, I'm going in a bit of a different direction this year, and we're going to be carving fruit into animals. I'm just kidding. We're going to be doing the cleaning stables.
My goodness.
We're doing dragon care and stable care.
Wonderful.
Oh, wouldn't it be fun if they did that instead?
I mean,
something whimsical as a try.
You can put it in, but that doesn't really determine whether or not they're
riding material.
It shows the deftness with a knife and attention to detail.
That's both sweet and it's very sweet yet scary. I'm gonna say that right now.
Exactly.
Deftness
Which child is the scariest with a knife?
There's a lot of dexterity that goes into dragon riding. And
this is true.
Yes.
You need a lot of dexterity for fruit carving.
Yes,
this is true. Maybe have it as like an extra credit test if they're up for it afterwards.
Yes,
there's like a tie.
It's a good tie. Yes, but no one touched these 5 apples. These are for the kids.
Gotcha.
And I start making little dragons out of the apples.
All right.
Reaching for one of them.
It's like Rebel, just trying to get you out of that spot. Rebel, what's your test this year?
Combat. Usual.
I'm gonna need more detail than just the word combat.
All right, fine. They have to fight me.
You gonna make them
Usually,
fight you?
usually they would have to fight each other, but I'm seeing how they work on a team.
All right, what's the stipulation? Do they just have to touch you? They have to strike you? Do they have to beat you?
How do they get points?
Yes.
Their creativity on the field
Hmm.
and the ability to able to overwhelm and work with each other.
Okay. And again, do they win, or is this just an endurance test?
Beat the kids. Beat.
Knock 'em out.
You know, it depends on how hard you want it this year, Commander.
I want them to leave the test with a little bit of hope. How about that? With hope that they can succeed.
But only a little bit. Hear what Scarlett's saying. Only a little bit of
Only a
hope.
little
Scarlet
bit.
did say a little.
The
Big
sweet
Red
spot.
did say a little bit. So
I did, yes.
intermediate it is.
All right. If that's the case, then are you fighting back?
A little.
Okay, then you will be getting the noodle.
Yes, I will be at a disadvantage.
Yes. Cool. I will test out the noodle to see if there's anything in the noodle.
I'm not gonna
Not
put
this-
anything in the noodle.
Not that happened last year. All right.
That wasn't my fault. That was LaFleur.
Vibrance leans over to Lee and goes, "What's the noodle?"
Well, it's I've been to a swimming pool.
Is there plastic in this dragon world? That's what I
There is
don't
now,
know.
apparently.
I feel like it's
Yeah.
a bunch of no. Hear me out. If we need an alternative that is a noodle, the loofah plant has the same shape
yeah.
and it does float. You would tie those together with string, so it would have a bit more of like a chain look, but it could be a noodle.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, but I think it's to be like water wings for a child in need.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you take a bunch of loofahs and well, I stitch them together actually, and I try to make it look like a sword, so it's that Rebel doesn't actually cause any grievous harm to the children.
That makes sense. That's very smart.
Yes. I'm gonna make. We're gonna test the softness of it this time. I'm not gonna. It was a little stale last time, so it suffered some cracks when you hit them. So we're gonna make sure it's a fresh one before you go out
Lee made it.
bopping kids.
Lee made it last week.
We did.
Test it still. Test it still.
I
All
can
right?
spray it with water to dampen it up a bit.
Good. That's good. That's good. Vibrance. Do you have a final draft?
Well, yes. Mostly. Yes,
Uh-huh.
I do. I've decided that I'm going to be doing an obstacle course that focuses a lot on balance, because staying on your dragons is very important, and making sure they truly have a feel of all dragons, because I know that a lot of kids always ride LaFleur, and LaFleur is lovely, but there are faster dragons, and they really need to experience the most speed. Vibrance is just rambling at this point and
Yes,
over-explaining
yes.
out of like sheer
Mhm.
nervousness.
Yes. Hey.
But we'll just continue until she is stopped.
Yes, Vibrance, give me a sentence. A sentence.
It's an obstacle course with a dragon
Okay.
ride.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's gonna be great. I know
I
this is
hope
your
so.
first. This is your first one. This is it's a test for both you and them. Okay, you're gonna do great.
Does that mean
don't
what
tell
happens
them
if I
that,
fail though?
Red.
What happens if I fail?
You don't fail.
It's
if
a
you
test.
fail-
You just said it was a test.
I did.
A test can be failed.
My part of the exam. I guess if we're going in round robin order,
You're the
I
only
guess.
one left. Red.
Yeah. It's gonna be a pressure test. I'm gonna at the finish of this, I'm gonna have Scar stand at the finish line. I'm gonna have him turn up the pressure, and whichever kid can approach Scar wins.
And you're worried about
Nice.
me hitting a kid, and you're putting children in front of Scar?
I've talked to Scar for weeks. He understands what must be done. And he knows I'll bop him and give him no meat privileges for, hey, do you want me to bop you? I'll bop you right now.
Bop and no
The
meat
breakfast
privileges.
table, please.
I'll bop you with one of those apples right now. I'll do it.
No, you
Throw
won't.
this apple dragon. Throw the apple dragon.
No, you will not touch that apple dragon.
I like also reach for it. I'm like,
There's a banana.
As
an alternative.
Scar Rebel like,
I shoot you the scariest look you have ever seen in your life.
oh.
Shit.
They are
This
delicious.
is your mom. This is your mom.
Are you eating
being like, stop it. Stop
They're
right now.
food. Of course I'm eating one.
Okay.
Sandy, they're for the kids.
I thought this was our breakfast. I'm sorry. Just put that.
No, it's okay. No, 5. I can make another one. Just finish eating yours.
Okay.
Can I gain a token for picking a fight?
Yeah.
Can I gain a token for stopping a fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's teamwork.
Breaking up a fight, yeah.
Can I get a token for bling my bravado put someone else in danger, aka these kids?
Oh my
When you do
God.
that, you
When
can.
go-
You
when
haven't
go
done
do
it yet.
That'll be later. You can't get a pre-token.
I can't get a pre-token for putting these kids in pre-danger.
Um,
By vocalizing that you will be putting them in danger.
Hey, it's part of the sheet. I don't know what to tell you. It's the game. It's right there. It's a mechanic. It's right there.
you 5 mount up and take off down to Kraven Top below. You guys are headed to the festival square, the same place you landed for the Feast of Fair Skies. This time the vibe is different. There's a few people kind of hanging out to watch the spectacle of this, but it's less festival vibes.
Mhm.
But there are 5 children standing in the center of the square, facing off at the 5 of you as you land. You see Jonathan in the center with standing with with his arms crossed. Tyson is stretching. Lydia seems to be doing kind of nudging Jonathan, trying to get toward the center. Hannah and Riley are both kind of off to the sides as you land. Cassandra, Lydia's and Jonathan's mom, is watching from the open door of the bar, Bogies. And across the square, you see their dad watching.
Mhm.
Wow, tension
Man.
you can cut with
Uh-huh.
a knife.
Hey.
What happened there?
I think as we land, Sandy has like almost like a little like lower backache, like slowly lowers and then turns to get Winter to like ice.
Yeah. Yeah. And Winter knows this move really well, and
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got
Ru-
you.
Just in the mind, just thanks. Little pats. Little jerky.
Yeah.
Slide it.
These 5 kids are just looking up at you.
I'm gonna tease. I'm gonna nudge Scarlet. I'll be like, "Hey, Red, Look
Yep.
who's
Kids are ready for you. It's your turn.
look who. Well, the kids are ready for you, but also look who's also looking very
Oh,
intently.
right. Yeah.
I feel like
Sandy wait, because that's Sandy's there all the time.
It's like both of us wave.
She waves. You see the three your three bar buddies are already at the bar. They're like,
Is-
Sandy.
They're having brunch.
Yeah.
I feel like unfortunately Scarlet is really oblivious, like really doesn't get what you guys are doing, and it's just like,
Yeah.
oh, it's my friend over there, cool. And he's like,
Yeah.
oh, and he like waves at them as they wave back at him.
Yeah.
Like he does not get that you guys are trying to set.
Does she do a different wave to Scarlet than she did with us?
You see her blush when Scarlet waves.
Sandy has been like saying stuff to Cassandra 1000%. Yeah.
And then this is me double checking. Do Vibrance and I know about the plot to set Scarlet up with
that is
Cassandra?
Oh, Sandy has let you know. 1000%.
Yeah, the
I
only one
think
out the
Lee-
loop is the one that needs to be in the
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Lee is just like, why are we doing?
Multitasking.
Because we're nosy.
We live a life that is so dangerous, and doing the fun things on the side is what gives us relief.
Very fair.
Yeah.
Anyway, we do
Your
have
mic
kids
cut out.
looking at us.
Yeah.
Okay, it's fine.
All right, just approach the kids.
Jonathan like snaps to attention. Like, Commander.
Respect. We love to see it.
It's good. It's a good
So
start. It's a good
And
start.
Lydia immediately does it too,
It's
as
a
soon
good
as
start.
Jonathan does.
It's a good start. It's a good start. At ease, both of you. Today is a very, very important day. It's the day that you will be put to the test. Not just one test, many tests to see who here will be next to head to the Caldera. An honor in of itself. An honor to become a dragon rider just like us. It's important. It's a good day. Are you excited?
All the kids but Riley cheer.
Amazing.
Riley's like, yeah, I'm excited.
It is serious. You're right. Good one.
Yes, we love.
Yeah.
Hey, range of emotions. It's good.
Is Rook also down here with us, or is Rook still back at the hole?
Rook came down with you, I
Okay.
think. Yeah.
Okay.
I sent Rook
I
off to
told you
bogeys.
he was weird. I'm going to bogeys.
Wish I could come with you. Maybe next year.
Maybe next year. Wait, next year?
What does that mean?
Wait.
What does that mean?
Yeah, continue.
It's 5, right?
Yeah, it's 5 of them. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Though there are 5 of you here, only one of you can be selected. And through these series of tests, we will see and we will choose. So please, give it your all. Leave nothing in the tank. Show us what you've got. Show us the potential that you all are striving for. First up, I think Sandy, you wanted to
Yeah.
see the mental strength of these kids.
Mental and physical. All right. Over to the field. And it's like whatever the nearest like park or whatever is.
Yeah.
I basically walk them.
Yeah. Tyson takes off jogging there.
Yeah.
Riley is kind of hanging behind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're walking over. We're there. All right, everyone, in a line, spaced out about 2 meters in between you. Today, I will be telling you what to do. We're going to see your reaction time, seeing how well you take instructions, and I'll be asking you some questions. All right?
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, start 20 push-ups. Now.
Jonathan hops down immediately. Tyson is doing them like one-handed. These don't even seem like a struggle for him.
Yeah.
Lydia too.
Mhm.
Hannah seems to be struggling with these,
Mhm.
Girl, I
And-
feel it.
and Riley does as well.
All right. What's the largest dragon?
Lydia immediately says, bronze.
All right, smallest.
Hannah says, pink. And then Lydia says, no, orange.
All right. I think they're like starting to finish up. How many squats? I guess at least not squats, push-ups. What weapons can you not take aboard a dragon?
You can take any weapon on a dragon, Jonathan says.
Correct, unless anyone?
Hannah says, unless the dragon doesn't like it.
That's very compassionate. Love to hear it. But also, unless you cannot carry that weapon safely. If you try to carry a halberd and it's too big for you, it's going to hurt your dragon. No one wants to hurt dragon. It'll hurt you. Next thing, 15 squats. All right. I'm going to take another 10 steps back. And so Sandy is going through this, asking them trivia, stepping back further so they have to yell the answers further and further away. By the time Sandy is, let's say, like about 50 feet away, asking one of the last questions, you're away from your crew out in the hold and the bells ring. What do you do?
Hannah says,
I can't hear you. Anyone else?
Lydia yells, you fly back as fast as you can!
Great. All right. Starts wrapping up with questions. Another one is like a teammate is stuck on, like we live in a cliff area. A teammate is stuck on a cliff, but your dragon has a torn wing. What do you do? Sandy's just starting to like pick things for randomly.
Yeah. Jonathan yells out, you defeat the enemy! And Hannah's like, no, you...
Hannah, you have one last chance. Repeat, speak up, and tell me. Project from your diaphragm, taking a lot of air. Go.
She like takes a second, takes a deep breath, and says, you always help a fellow dragon rider.
Thank you, Hannah. All right. And then wraps up and then starts taking notes on all of them. Goes up to each of them. Thank you for doing my part of the trial. And then takes out a small whittled dragon for each of them that has been prepared over the past couple weeks. And is like, even if you don't make it past this point this year for this process, you have still trained, you have still tried, and it is a noble process to go forward and try to be a dragon rider. Try your best throughout the rest of today because it means a lot what you're trying to do. Thank you. Off to the next. And who am I pointing them towards, team?
You can point them towards me.
Yeah. All right.
You warm them up
Now
for
that
me.
exactly. I was like, now you've been warmed up. Off to like the pit. I don't know. It feels like you would need like a bit of a fenced area. Maybe it's
Send
like where
the
they
children to the pit.
I feel usually where there's like sometimes they have like the animals that they raise for the dragons. They've just like set aside a spot because it's like fenced out, and I'm like, go over there.
Yeah.
I'm just
All
like
right.
I'm looking at the.
I walk them over so that they are attended because they are children.
I think there's like probably an area that is like kind of on top of a building because we have like just like one of the tallest buildings on the probably not the tallest building, but one of the buildings just high up. Just like there is a fenced area, so like no one end up
safe
falling off or
Yeah.
anything. I'm not a lunatic.
Yeah. I bring them up.
You bring them up, and
Here you go.
Rebel is standing there with this loofah sword, but also with rope. Welcome to the combat trial. You each have to have physical capability to able to defeat your enemies, but also you need to have wherewithal to work together as a team. Even though in this trial you will be working together, I will be scoring you individually on how creatively you take down the enemy. And today, your enemy is me.
Jonathan yells, "That's not what we did last year." Or they did last year.
Yeah, I know. This way's better. And we'll take out 5 wooden swords.
Uh-huh.
And throw them towards them at their feet.
Uh-huh.
Pick them up. You have 5 minutes to strategize.
Uh-huh.
Once you're ready, we begin.
Yeah. They start strategizing, and you immediately hear Lydia and Jonathan start arguing over what they should do. Lydia seems to be like trying to get like a pretty clever distraction approach. But Jonathan just thinks that like him and Tyson should rush you, and the other 3 can stay back. But the 5 minutes is not very productive, you can tell.
Yeah, I kind of want to see how is like I'm assuming that Hannah might be struggling to participate in this discussion. What is Riley doing?
Riley seems to be trying to get the balance of their wooden sword.
Yeah.
They're kind of practicing on their own, feeling out their sword.
That's dangerous. That's dangerous.
That's what I'm saying. Like, as the outsider, I would have kept my eye on Riley. I was like, this one I don't know anything about.
A wild card.
Yeah.
All right.
And I think I'm gonna have what you had LaFlora do in the meantime, if you don't mind.
Mhm.
I think LaFlora swoops down and lets out a roar at the end of the 5 minutes.
Mhm.
And I think this whole fight, LaFleur is just going to be making low passes over this rooftop.
Mhm.
But you see all 5 kids just duck immediately, except for Riley, who just stands there unfazed as LaFleur just skims right over the top of them.
Okay. Yeah. Time's up, and I will stand there, not even pulling out my loofah sword, and wait for what they.
Tyson just rushes you right away.
Okay.
And Tyson is pretty tall for a 13-year-old.
Mm.
Probably the same height as Vibrance, I think.
Yeah.
Vibrance is 4'10".
Okay, yes,
small.
then yes. Taller than Vibrance. Yeah, but this kid just rushes you and seems to be in like great physical shape, but seems to not know his way around his sword. He's treating it like a hammer and just trying to whack at you.
Yeah. I think probably just kind of. This is going to be a whole bunch of regular moves of show me why I'm dangerous, show why I'm dangerous. Just fully, like, I think probably when Tyson rushed me was a little bit startling at first, but then seeing how that they are wielding this stick, essentially, it's not very effective. And then I think at some point, just after like sidestepping, it just fully hits their wrist and makes them drop their sword.
Yeah. And Tyson just kind of freezes. As I think Hannah, the sweet kid, comes in yelling like, "Ah!" Just running full sword out.
I think it's just like sidesteps, grabs the sword, is like, I'm glad you found your voice, but not really great to try to sneak up on me while you're yelling. And then we'll kind of just like move the sword that it like not fully hurts her, but like bops them on the forehead a bit, kind of just like dazing them a little bit.
Yeah. Lydia and Jonathan come up next, and they're kind of approaching you from each side, but they're fighting with each other. Like Lydia's like, "See, I told you your plan was stupid. Like Tyson's already been taken out, and he was our best fighter." And uh, Jonathan's like, "Yeah, your plan wouldn't have worked either." And like they're kind of bickering.
I think at some point when they are both fighting me, I will show up unexpectedly because I feel like they focus on each other too much. It's like, how are you gonna fight the enemy when you keep on fighting between yourself? And fully, not even with the sword, just like bop bop in the back of the head.
Yeah.
And
I think you see Riley standing alone, takes like a full ox pose with his sword, and kind of steps very carefully. And it seems like he knows what he's doing. At least he's seen people sword fight before.
And I think at this would be like, all right, takes out the loofah sword and kind of like almost mimics the same position. And we'll do like a couple of clashes with them. And just like more of just like hitting them in certain areas that is like, you're open here, you're open here, you're open here, here you're open. And then we'll back away to just kind of like address the whole group. Is like, is that it?
You see the other kids have gotten their swords and are like getting back up. And then Lydia starts barking orders and being like, "Riley, take his right side. That's his strong side. That's their strong side. Tyson to the left. He's weaker there, and you'll be able to overpower him." And starts barking like orders at everyone. And I think everyone listens, and you kind of get, I think, overwhelmed here a bit.
Yeah, I think probably it's a situation of just like fighting Riley and then using the rope that I have, trying to like tangle Tyson's sword up, but still is like on the side that I'm less less attuned with, and just like trying to use that to my advantage, but it's just too much.
Yeah.
And
And
then
Lydia yells, "Hannah, now!" And Hannah just charges you yelling and just full on tackles you.
yeah. And yeah, and then that's and then the rebel falls down, and they will take the rope and immobilize me.
Yeah.
And then they're like, while they're doing yeah, we did it, yes, we took rebel down. Fully got out of the knot, was not good enough, but it was like, well done. You were able to, after a little bit of failure, but you're able to take me down. Good job. Who am I giving to them next?
Might as well get all the physical stuff out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, after a long day's work, you gotta clean up after yourself, and that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Exactly.
Is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
So they're
I'll-
headed to the
yeah,
obstacle course.
Yeah, I'll bring. It's like, I hope you're ready for this next test, because it's going to be Vibrance's test, and we all don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah, it's not really. Jonathan says it's not really fair. We didn't get to practice because we didn't know what it was going to be.
Being a dragon rider is all about adaptability. So you gotta see, assess, and proceed. Now, come on. And we'll take them all over to wherever Vibrance is holding their test.
Vibrance.
So, yeah, there's a little mini obstacle course. There's like it's very short. It's like a balance beam, but it's like in a pattern. It's like all zigzagged, and there's like monkey bars and just like a sprinting.
Mhm.
I can't remember the word for it, but like a track, like a sprinting
Yep.
track with velocity at the end, and kind of is like grinning and like bouncing a little bit of excitement and like sees them all, like waves them all. Ah, oh my god. So lovely to meet y'all. How has your tests been so far?
You see like bruises on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not a lot, but just like Hannah has like a bruise right on the middle of their head.
Yeah.
Probably Tyson and Riley are probably the most beaten up.
Mhm. I
What
think they all seem to be in good spirits, though.
Okay, good. But like Vibrance will turn to Rebel and go, "Did you test out the loofah like
I
Commander
used
said?
I used the loofah.
But did you test it before you used it?"
Yeah, we tested it. It's just, that was from their own sword. That was from my hand. That was
Jonathan raises his hand.
Yes, Jonathan.
Are you two dating?
No.
and with that I'll leave you to it.
Thank you, Rebel. Teammate Warrenguard. We're just friends.
How red are both of you?
Very.
I'm dark skinned, I don't turn red.
Yeah. just Vibrance. Who's
I'm
pale.
dark skinned. We both know that there's a shade we both turn.
Don't say our secrets. Not on Black History Month.
All right. Welcome. If I'm sure all of you know, but I always like to introduce myself. I'm Vibrance. I'm gonna be taking you through this portion of the test, which is about balance and speed, as well as trust, because you need to trust your teammates. So, this is a little obstacle course that I made. First step, you have to go on this balance beam and you have to trek it, but you will be blindfolded and you will only rely on the directions of your teammates to the side.
Jonathan raises his hand.
Yes, Jonathan.
So we could sabotage our competitors?
No, you have to work together for this first portion. You have to lead your teammate across the balance beam. It is about their balance and their trust in you. After that, they're free to take the blindfold off, and then you're on the monkey bars, in which you have to how am I phrasing this? Look, you have to climb the monkey bars with your hands, and then you have to climb up halfway and trek the rest on your feet. Then it's a 100-meter sprint. At the end, you'll be flying with me on velocity. The fastest dragon around. Any questions? You're kind of looking pointedly at Jonathan, who has just been asking questions.
Jonathan raises his hand.
Yes, Jonathan.
So who goes first?
Well, thank you so much for volunteering, Jonathan. Why didn't you go first?
Okay.
You've been played. You've been played.
Jonathan steps up and puts on the blindfold.
All
And
right. Y'all have to work together for this first portion, but once the blindfold is off, he will not be needing y'all's help anymore, kind of motioning to the
Yep.
rest of the group.
Yep.
But, all right. Let me just go over to the other end, so I'm there waiting with Velocity when you finish. And I'll sound a whistle and you can begin. All
Okay.
right? Kind of like walks to the 100-meter sprint so that way she can kind of like walk along and still be
Yep.
close enough to observe. And then blows the whistle.
All right, Jonathan. I think all the other kids immediately like start shouting directions, like left, no, right, right, left. As I think Jonathan struggles a little bit on the balance beam. I think there's one part where he falls and kind of has to crawl across it a little bit. It takes him a little while to get across it. And then he gets to the monkey bars and pulls off his blindfold and starts climbing across. And he does pretty well on them. He's not doing great, but he's doing okay. He especially has trouble on the like climbing up to the top to then run across. He does pretty well on the sprint, and then he gets to you. He's like, all right, and he climbs onto the
Alright.
saddle
And
and immediately starts like kind of doing that thing you do with horses, like kicking feet, like let's go, let's go, let's go.
All right, let's go, Velocity. And we'll just like let Velocity know mentally, like, this is your one chance to go crazy stupid.
There is a crack of thunder as Velocity takes off. And you know what? We're going to be mean to Jonathan. Jonathan just rolls right off the back of the saddle, I think. And you're just airborne on your, like, Jonathan doesn't really even leave the ground.
Mm.
As you, like, take off, you're like, oh shit, I lost Jonathan.
We'll like go back down to grab him again.
Uh-huh.
He goes, all right, Jonathan, try again. Hold
Okay.
on this time.
That's really fast.
It is. And you might get a yellow dragon, so you have to be prepared for every type of dragon that you might get. You don't get a choice.
Okay.
All right.
And I think Velocity flies a little slower this time. Doesn't go quite as quick, and flies up around the warren and then comes back down in a dive and ends. And I think Rook is there with a timer and a glass of beer and is like, 4 minutes 73 seconds or 4 minutes 33 seconds.
Not bad. And we'll go through that with everyone.
All right. Yeah, I'll just kind of do a little montage for some of the kids.
Yeah.
Riley, I think, struggles with all the physical parts and falls off the monkey bars a couple times, but eventually makes it to you and stays on the dragon pretty well. Tyson fucking kills it, like just like every step, but you can see that he is like white knuckling on the back of Velocity, like he seems really nervous. And as you land, he throws up.
It's a tough gig.
Yeah. Hannah does really well, and actually is the only one who kind of greets Velocity as you get there. It says, Velocity, fly as fast as you can, please. And I think Velocity puts in a really good time with Hannah. And Lydia, I think Lydia really smartly on the balance beam says, everyone be quiet. Hannah, tell me what to do. And trusts just one person to help her get across the balance beam and does the best on the balance beam. and seems to be the most comfortable in the saddle as you do the dragon ride.
Very good. Yes, Vibrance would be kind of like keeping track of how comfortable they are in the saddle and how good they're keeping their balance, like as they're turning
Right.
and
Yeah. But I think
spinning.
Tyson has the best timing just because he did so well. But Tyson has the best time,
hmm
followed by Hannah because Velocity went so fast with Hannah, followed by Lydia in the middle, then Jonathan, then Riley.
All right. All right, y'all did so good. All right. Let's head on over to our next one, which is gonna be very fun for y'all. You'll finally get a little break from all the physicality a little bit. And I'm assuming I'm taking them over to the stables for.
Yep. I realized, are you guys, we talked about something early, but are you going to fly them up to clean the dragon stables, or are you going to take them to clean the horse stables here on the ground?
I'd say horse stables here on the ground
Okay.
because that's just a lot of logistics.
Yeah. Okay.
I think
So
Silver is in those horse stables because Silver is also like a very trustworthy dragon around kid.
you mean Winter?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, yeah. My Silver Dragon Winter.
Yeah.
You've caught my affliction of calling Winter Silver.
Yes, I have. Yeah. So you have an extra dragon in case Rascal's being too rascally.
Yeah.
All right.
So
And kind of like leads them over.
Mhm.
I'm gonna spend a token and I learned a new skill because teaching is a skill.
Uh-huh.
it is a skill.
Yeah.
Yeah. I steal I'm in like dungarees and
Uh-huh.
like the big like boots. I have my gloves on, and I have a bunch of child's gloves for all the kids.
Yeah.
And I go, "Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out today. It really means a lot that you're interested in the Warren and being a dragon rider. Um, being a dragon rider is fun and it's exciting and get to work with some magnificent creatures like Winter and Rascal over here, but you also have to take care of them. So, this portion of the test, I will be showing you how to take care of a dragon stable. I want you to keep your ears and eyes open. This is as much as a listening test as it is a test of your motor skills and ability to follow direction. And afterwards, I do have a treat for you. And I kind of begin to show them around, and I show them how to scoop dragon dung, how to check a dragon's feet for like infections, and how to make sure their scales are up to par. I show them I use this as a learning moment. I say, so my dragon Rascal had a bit of an unfortunate accident, and as you can see, Rascal now has a new prosthetic tail. So something I have to do every day is I have to make sure the prosthetic tail is up and working. So under my guidance, obviously, you will also be doing light, like I think oiling or waxing, just to make
Uh-huh.
sure that like the tail is like, it doesn't stick or anything. But I'm watching them to make sure,
Yeah.
because like I'm not gonna I'm not gonna let a bunch of children take care of
Yeah.
my dragon. No.
Yeah.
So I think the main things are importance of cleanliness, inspection of health, and then managing injuries. And those are the three things that I'm mainly looking for. And also, how closely are they following the directions that I give them?
Excellent. So they get to cleaning, and I think Lydia is sort of the most studious. Like she keeps asking you, like, "Wait, how do I do
Mm-hmm.
this?" Right?
Mm-hmm.
And is asking you a whole bunch of questions as you go.
Mm-hmm.
Hannah, as she works with the dragons, you notice that she is the most talking to the dragons. The other kids seem a little bit afraid, but Hannah is like, "Can you lift your claw for me, please?" And checks their things.
Mm-hmm.
She also does the best, like most thorough job cleaning the stables, I think.
Mm-hmm.
She seems to be working the most diligently at it. Uh, Tyson does a really good job on all the like very physical parts of it, but really seems to struggle at the attention to detail. Like you have him clean one of Winter's paws, and like he misses like a stone that's like wedged in there. Uh, Riley, I think, seems a little bit lost in this. Like Riley seems to not think that this is what dragon riding was. And Jonathan seems to be kind of phoning it in as well. Jonathan seems to think he's too good for this.
Fascinating. I do kind of like at different points. I do take a moment to talk to the kids so I can kind of like know what they are personality wise. And I just kind of want to get to know like, oh, so interested in for you in being a dragon rider. Why do you want to follow this path? So I do ask all of them that question.
Yeah. Lydia says, I want to be a big hero. I want to be a Warrenguard commander and ride a gold dragon. And I want everyone to know my name. And I want to be like famous. And Jonathan says, well, like the best people are dragon riders. And I'm the best. So I should be a dragon rider. Tyson just kind of shrugs and is like, I don't know. I'm strong and I thought I'd be good at the test. Hannah says dragons are the most beautiful creatures that have ever existed, and it would be my it would be a dream every day to wake up and get to be friends with a dragon. And Riley's like, dragons are cool, and like I think I'd like to ride like a black dragon or a purple dragon.
Great, thank you. And then afterwards, I do have them wash all their hands very thoroughly, and then I present them all with a hand-carved apple that looks like a dragon, and I say, "You all must be very hungry after all of that physical work that you did." So
Jonathan raises his hand.
Yes, Jonathan?
Is this part of the test?
No, it's just a snack.
Okay. And Jonathan takes a bite and is like, did I do it right?
Jonathan, this isn't part of the test. It's just a snack. You have nothing to worry about. You're not being measured on your merit of eating an apple.
And Hannah says, it's so pretty. I don't want to eat it.
Oh, Hannah, eat please something, unless you're gonna... you might pass out later. Please, don't worry. I made them to be eaten.
Okay. Yeah, and they all eat their little snacks.
Yeah. And I'm like taking notes in my head. I am analyzing these kids. I'm like, okay, interesting. Yeah. But I do love them, and kind of like when they're done eating, I kind of pull them all together for like a little conference, and I go, so as you can see, dragon riding, it's fun, it can be exhilarating, it can be physically very exciting for the body, but there are also boring, drudgery parts of dragon riding. And when I asked you all why you wanted to be a dragon rider, I was asking that because I think dragon riding asks a lot of you. And it's important to make sure that you are here and that you are doing this not because yes, dragons are cool and it's fun to be a hero, but that you are okay with taking care of your friends, taking care of each other, taking care of the people of Kraven Top, or wherever you're stationed.
And Hannah kind of blushes, like realizing that she might have had the right answer.
I'm trying to get these kids to unlearn the fact that there are right answers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I see that and I'm like, okay, these kids need to unlearn. And then I tack on, I want to add also, there is no right answer to why you want to be a dragon rider, because it is personal to each and every one of you. Just like there's no right way to eat an apple.
Lydia raises her hand.
Yes, Lydia.
Why did you want to be a dragon rider?
It's a question. I wanted to be a dragon rider because I wanted to help other people, because I saw the impact that they had on my community, essentially. And I wanted to participate in something that was bigger than me. And I'm going to be honest, I was not very good at any of those physical tests. They made me sprint. I am not built for running. I'm built for flying. I am not built for running. But because my heart was in the right place, and I had to do this test multiple times, I'm telling you that. Sometimes you will not make it on your first time, and that is okay.
And the kids nod. And do you send them on their way?
Yeah, I walk with them because I also just want to get to know them as people. So I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna chat with them and just, I'm like, oh, what do you like to do in your spare time? Or, oh, and and
Yeah. Riley shows you some of his art that they make. They're like, yeah, this is a purple dragon I drew.
You have such fantastic work here. It's so clear that you have such a passion for art.
If it's okay, I think there's probably a little moment before, probably like almost a continuation of Lee's like little snack treat, that there's actually like maybe like a break for lunch or something like that.
Yeah.
Because they need the stomach to withstand Scar later.
Yeah.
But it's also probably a moment to, like, if they have any further questions for any of the rest of the Dragon Guard as well.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Yeah. Yeah, I think there's like a meal with all 5 of you, and the 5 of them. And I think Cassandra is helping serve it. It's coming out of Bogey's breakfast. And
Thank you,
Cassandra
Cassandra.
checks on her 2 kids and is like, "How are you doing?" And Lydia's like, "I think I'm doing pretty well." And Jonathan's like, "No, I'm doing better."
Scar, what's your reaction to seeing like a big old bruise in the middle of Hannah's
Just like, okay, next, I'm gonna walk over to you. I'm gonna walk over. I know that wasn't from the loofah.
Yeah, it's weird.
What happened?
Vibrance walks past, just singing under their breath. Told you so.
Just you know.
Yeah.
They did it to themselves.
I did perform first aid on Hannah.
I'm gonna have to like have a whole handbook of things for you not to do.
I'm not wrong. They did it to themselves. I may have guided it a little bit, but they.
Did you flick the children?
No. She came charging at me with the sword. I grabbed the sword and I just a little.
That's you're only supposed to use the loofah sword.
I did use it.
Only. The word "only" is in that sentence. Man.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Look, they made it through. They're fine.
They're fine.
If they couldn't make it through that, they wouldn't be able to be dragon riders.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yorick, I think, brings you a beer at this big meal, Sandy, and says, "Hey, how's my nibbling Tyson doing?"
Hey, strong kid, but
Right?
I don't know if he's if they're holding it out in all categories across the board.
What do you mean? They're fierce. They're tough. They're big. They're
Yes.
going to be a great dragon rider.
They're fierce, tough, and big, but they don't know about being a dragon rider. They don't.
Yeah, they can learn that stuff.
Yeah, but I don't. It's tough competition here today. It's definitely best of luck. Tyson's a good
What,
kid.
you're going to pick that weird kid?
Okay, I don't like your attitude. Come on. Come on.
You got to pick Tyson. We're best friends going way back.
Not. This isn't a rigged system.
You picked Sage's goddaughter 3 years ago.
Sage's goddaughter beat a world record. Sage's goddaughter trained for 5 years, and Sage continuously oversaw the process, and it was impeccable. Blew every other kid out of the water. 13 kids tried that year. Don't try me. 13 kids tried that year. Do you know how many made it through to the third part of the trial? 4. And then Sage just absolutely crazy. Yeah. Sage is great. So, Tyson, absolutely amazing. Great kid. Just doesn't match up. I don't know. It's hard to say. We'll see how the last round goes.
I just think your Warrenguard's gone soft with new kid as commander.
Okay, York, what's your problem?
Andy's gonna kill someone.
What's your problem?
You don't like Tyson. They're the best.
Yeah, you're picking on the people. You started picking on our Warrenguard, the people that like keep your hold safe because you don't like the decision I'm making. I'm not gonna put your kid through. I don't even have that choice. I'm 1 of 5. I don't even have the most pull anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine.
Thank you. Thank you for the beer. And the kid's great. Your nibbling is amazing. But
Can Vibrance kind of like pitch in a little bit? Just kind of like standing around and overhearing the conversation. Kind of being a little nosy.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
At the like aggressive tones, and so she kind of creeps closer and will kind of like pitch into Yorick. Well, Yorick, here's the thing. We can absolutely choose Tassin, but would you rather us choose Tassin and then Tassin end up getting hurt because he wasn't ready?
I guess not. You're pretty smart.
I'm probably the one who remembers the freshest about these trials, and they're not just so we can choose the best. It's so that we can stop people from getting hurt. It's hard. I broke my arm first week I was training, and we hadn't even seen the dragons yet.
Fine.
And I would like to. Wait, I do have something for this.
Yeah.
I would like to spend a token to win someone over with my positivity.
Yeah. I think York is like, I like this kid. You're going to be a good dragon rider. I think they'll pick you.
This is Vibrance. Vibrance is a dragon rider. York.
Okay. You're just so short. I thought you were.
Tassin is taller than me. I do know that, and he did very well in my trial. I was very impressed. So there is hope.
I think Hannah kind of taps you on your shoulder a little bit later, Vibrance. And Hannah says, "Hi, how is Velocity doing? We flew really fast for a long time, and I want to make sure Velocity's doing okay."
There is like there is a moment where internally Vibrance is just like so enamored by this sweet little child. Oh, sweetheart, Velocity is spectacular. He's actually what's the word I'm looking for? Overjoyed. He's so overjoyed. It's very rare that I can let him go loose a little bit. So the extra speed, actually, he loved it.
Okay.
It's very important for dragons to do what they love as well as do what's important.
Yeah. Can
Yeah.
is Scarlet still doing the same test Scarlet always does?
What is the test that Scarlet always does? I just know what he's doing this year. I wasn't here last year.
Where we have to approach his scary dragon?
Oh, yeah. You excited?
I really love dragons. They're the most amazing things, but there's a girl a year older than me, and Scar set her coat on fire last year.
That was not mentioned this morning when we were talking about it, but now a lot of sentences they were saying makes a lot of sense now. So here's the thing. We'll kind of like there are so many aspects to Dragon Radin. You've done so many of them today. You had to shout out, you had to follow orders, you had to take care of your dragon, you had to trust each other. And not only that, but you have to trust not only your dragon, but your teammates' dragons. Because every single one of you is a team. Every single one of you. Dragons work together, the people work together, and the people work with the dragons. And sometimes you're in a position where it's not only your dragon. You have to trust that every dragon trusts their rider enough to let you near them.
Okay. Okay.
And if you want a little tip, Scar hates eye contact. So if you kind of like look like at the nose or like in the middle of the forehead, it's like close enough that you're kind of being respectful, but you're not also initiating any eye contact.
Thank you. That really helps. Um, Cassandra comes over to you, Scarlet, um, and is like,
I
uh,
leave.
brings you.
I'm not
Brings
done
you-
talking to you. Wait.
You know how I have show up unexpectedly? I have disappear. Like the moment that Cassandra looks over, like that Cassandra like gets Scarlet's attention, and Scarlet like looks back over to me, I'm gone.
How are my kids doing?
They're doing good. They, I mean, they're very excited this year.
Yeah.
It reminded me a little bit of myself when I was trying to prove myself to the dragon riders of my city.
Yeah. I'm worried about Lydia. She's gonna be just heartbroken if she doesn't get picked. But I know that you can't choose based on that.
No, it wouldn't be fair. I mean, the heartbreak is the part of the experience, I suppose.
Have you had your heart broken, Scarlet?
No, haven't really had the time. Kind of been, as they say, married to the job, but especially nowadays with the being like elected leader, which is, if I can be honest, still a little jarring to me.
Well, if you ever have time, maybe we should get dinner.
I like that. I mean, I can have as many dinners with the rest of my compatriots, and it's nice to have something new, someone new to talk to.
Yeah. Just let me know.
Yeah. We can talk after all this.
Yeah.
Set something up.
Um, And I think as lunch is wrapping up, was there any kids anyone particularly wanted to talk to?
At the end there, I show up because Sandra leaves. I show back up and be like, just punching,
Yeah.
Punching me.
your
What
shoulder.
are you punching me for? This is not showing me why you can't
You
punch
dog.
kids. What are you talking
No,
about?
this is not about that. This is not about
no.
I saw you.
What are you talking about?
You
So
were
what?
Cassandra.
You're having a conversation. What
Mhm.
about it?
And you're
What?
going out to dinner?
Yes, I'm going out. Why are you being weird about this? I'm going out to dinner
Uh-huh.
with
With
Cassandra.
Cassandra.
Yes.
By yourselves.
Yeah, we're adults. We could do. That's the thing the adults do.
You're
Have-
single. She's recently single.
I wasn't even thinking of it like that. Wait, what?
Hmm?
She's single?
What?
When did that happen?
Did you not? They divorced like
Oh,
3 weeks ago.
wow. That's why you know so not. Wait, why are you so knowledgeable about that?
Why don't you know about the people in the hold?
I know the people of the whole. I just don't know the intimacies of their lives
You
like
need to-
that.
You need to look. This is gonna be great for you. You need to go out more.
Great in what way? What are you talking
You
about?
need to go out more. Remember when you got a little drunk with Sandy?
I
Sandy.
do remember that. It was a terrible
Sandy, come
hangover
here.
afterwards. What?
What's up?
Red's going on a date.
What a date! Wait a minute. Hold on.
You're
hold on.
going
Oh my
to
god.
dinner.
Commander's going on a
Sandra.
date?
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. Hey, wait. Hold on.
Leah,
If you're
Leah,
going
Leah,
to
Leah.
dinner, it's a date.
It's just a dinner. What are we talking about here?
It's just a
You
dinner.
know this
Where you?
can't influence your decision. You know that, right?
That's
That's
funny.
true.
Oh my god! Do you think this is like the art of like seduction and manipulation? Because that's a cold play by Cassandra. I respect it, but it's a
Wait,
cold.
there's
play.
no play. They just asked me to go out to dinner. That's all it was.
Well, it's a little bit of play. You know what I'm saying? It was a shot
Scarlet.
taken.
Scarlet, as a professional yearner, I see how she looks at you.
There's a profession for
A
that.
professional yearner?
My
Joke.
goodness.
Look. It's just all of you. It's just
Sure,
a
sure.
simple
sure.
dinner.
It's
It's
just-
nothing.
I think you should talk and establish exactly what it is, because there might be a chance that she thinks it's a date, and if you don't think that's a date, that's something y'all need to talk about.
Don't want to disappoint
Now-
her,
oh,
now do
well,
you?
Hold on. Do you want it to? Do you
Oh,
want it to be a date?
I don't
Good
know. I've
question.
never gone on a date, so I don't know.
Commander.
Wait a
You
minute.
know,
Hold on.
Going on a date?
We need to focus. Everyone needs to focus right now.
Their kids are eating. It's fine.
We were talking about
You've
this
never
later.
been married or in a relationship or anything like that.
No.
Well, it's hard to get married unless you got like a Warren keeper as. Yeah, it's tough. It's
No,
tough.
could have had a secret life before you became our commander.
No, I've been.
You're a
Did you have
dragon
a
rider.
secret laugh before a commander?
No, I've had a pretty basic life. I haven't been commander for that long. I just
For
been-
1 year, this is very funny to me.
Apparently, this is something I missed. This is something I'm mistranslating with this group.
Look,
Mm.
What's up?
it's going to be good for you to get out of the hold. To go and have a nice dinner, conversation, whatever it is, with a different person that is not us.
Yeah, I think at this point, I when getting away from this would be optimal. I think this is a lot right now, even for me.
Okay,
Okay,
fine.
well, we'll drop it. We'll
Oh.
drop it.
I love a little gossip session on a work break.
Yeah. Literal water cooler talk.
That's
Yeah.
all it is. It's water cool.
And I think with that, we're going to take our break. So we'll be back
Yay!
in like 10 minutes. Thank you so much, everyone.
all right, be back soon.
Yeah.
Phoebus.
Hello and welcome back to Warrenguard. If you've been having a great time watching these shenanigans, boy, do I have a game for you. You should head to warrenguardgame.com and follow this project. You will be, if you're one of the first people to back in the first 48 hours, you get an exclusive sticker pack featuring gold dragon stickers. The only way you're ever going to be able to get a gold dragon sticker. There's the link in chat right now, warrenguardgame.com. Thank you all so much. This stream brought to you by Warrenguard. Thank you. So, where do you set up your final test, Scarlet?
I think this has been going in like a circle kind of thing, and there's almost at the start of where the test started. There's like a big old finish line, like represented in the ground, and at the foot of the finish line is both Scarlet and Scar, with Scarlet like right between Scar's two clawed paws, hands, what do lizards technically have? Whatever. Just standing there, like arms crossed, and like while the kids are all setting up, Scarlet like beckons Scar to like come down to like listen. All right, Scarlet. I think this should go without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. Do not bite these kids. Do not maim them. Do not burn them or harm them in any way. I'm not saying this to punish you or admonish you, okay? I'm saying these because I know you can do this. You know why?
Why?
Because you're the best.
Yes, I am.
The best dragon. The best leader. In this instance, the best teacher. Best behaved, and most importantly, okay? And I'm going to spend a token to do this. Because you're my best friend. And I know you're the most capable to do this.
How badly can I scare them?
I want you to test them, okay? Be scary. But make sure that they can get to you, okay?
Scar lets out a huge blast of flame in front of him that stops just short of these kids, but they're definitely feeling the heat coming off of it that just scorches the ground between him and them.
Okay.
I lean over to Sandy. I'm like, I think Jonathan's gonna be.
We got you look behind and there's just like Winter hiding behind a wall. Just
at the ready.
Prepped. Yeah. Locked and loaded.
Tyson, I think at that blast of flame, takes off running the other way.
Oh no! Tyson! Tyson! All right.
Rip Tyson.
Tyson.
What's York's reaction to that?
Yes.
Yeah.
York is like, shit.
Fuck. Damn it.
How is Riley feeling about this dragon? I'm excited for Riley's reaction.
Riley, I think, is the first to try and approach it. And Riley kind of struts forward confidently. And Scar says, I don't like this one.
Why not?
He thinks he deserves it.
How are you gonna prove? How's he gonna prove that he can if he doesn't?
And I think as Riley gets close, Scar just lets out a huge roar right in Riley's face. And I think Riley like steps back a few steps and kind of freezes in fear. And then Jonathan kind of runs forward towards Scar. And you feel Scar heat up. Like his instinct when something is charging him is to
Yeah.
set it on fire.
Yeah.
And you have to like remind Scar, like,
Yeah.
no, no, no.
This is a child, not an enemy.
And Scar shoots out a jet of flame right above Jonathan's head. And I think just like your bet, Sandy, Jonathan pees his pants.
Ah, damn.
Um,
I'm gonna hold out my hand towards York, like pay up.
Hannah, I think, is the next to approach. And I think Scar says, "Too soft."
Like, and what is how does she like? What is she doing that makes Scar seem like it's too soft? Is it just
She's
like,
approaching with her hands up, I think.
Hands down, you're not surrendering.
Right. And she kind of bows and says, "Hello, Scar. Dragon of Scarlet. I am Hannah, and I seek to become a dragon rider."
Any advice?
Her voice is wavering. She's scared.
Scar can notice that you are not as confident in your words as you say them. Is it truly what you want?
I want it more than anything. I want more than anything to be around dragons, to have a dragon of my own to care for.
May I ask why?
They are the most beautiful creatures, and I just want to take care of them.
You don't necessarily need to be a writer to do that. Why do you want to be a writer? Why do you want the job that we have? Very dangerous job. Not just about caring about the dragons, it's about caring about the people.
I don't.
It's okay
And
not to know.
I think Lydia comes up and says, "Scar, my name is Lydia, and I want to be a dragon rider. I have been training since the age of 8 to learn to be the best dragon rider. Please choose me. Thank you."
Thank you. Why do you want to be a dragon rider?
To be a hero and protect people.
What does it mean to be a hero?
And you see her thinking about it for a minute. I don't know. You're just a hero. You save the day. You take out the monsters.
Do you know why?
To keep people safe.
Yes. Is it just to keep people safe?
Yes.
You now want to keep dragons safe, city safe, the land safe. Is it just the people?
The people are the most important.
To be a hero, you must save all. People are just one part.
And you see Hannah or not Hannah, Lydia kind of visibly deflating a little bit. She's losing her confidence some as you correct her.
It is important, like seeing them deflate, because it's important to want to save people. I mean, makes the most sense. But you can't just get lost in one goal. You have to have a bigger goal. And I know you all have bigger goals in mind. I'm going to use the move to reflect on how you were chosen. I wanted to be the best. I strove for it every day, and so did the big guy back here. And our connection wasn't the smoothest at the start. Okay. And he's gonna like pull down some of his shirt and reveal his collarbone, and there's like a nasty bite on it. And then I'm gonna point over to Scar, and he's got like a deep cut on his upper lip. We butted heads a lot. We both thought we were always right. We both thought what we had in mind was the greatest plan in the world. We thought we should only protect one thing. We were wrong constantly. Our neglect to protect everything put the rest of our team in danger. We both realized that if we want the title of the best, we need to work together to protect the rest. Dragons can be intense. Look over to Scar. Very intense. If you're going to be a writer, you need to match that intensity, match that determination, and face it head on. If you think you can do that, lift your head high. Start walking.
Hannah and Lydia both lift their heads and start walking towards Scar. And I think they both reach Scar at the same time. And Scar kind of huffs. And says, "You have to make the choice between the two little hatchlings."
That's so
It's and like seeing the two of them standing there, they're touching Scar. It's very good. Very good start. Hopefully you don't have the same troublesome partner. One of you doesn't have the same troublesome partner that I do. Now I'm going to go back with my team, and we're going to decide which one of you is best suited.
And you
Move
hear
on.
the bell ring. Is this part of the test?
No, this is not part of the test. I need you to go with your parents, find shelter immediately, okay?
No, I wanna help. And Hannah says, "I can help too."
And he kneels down immediately, gets on their level. I appreciate your drive. I really do. Let us show you what it means to be writers. Let us get a chance to show off for you. Okay?
Okay.
Be brave and get all the adults and all the kids out of here. Can you two do that?
Yes. Yes.
Go do that. I believe in you both, okay?
Okay.
And then just like push,
Mhm.
like lightly push them to get in the direction to
Yeah.
help them to get confidence to help the others to
Right.
get the hell out of here. Yeah.
And I think Scar says, "What are we waiting on?"
Red, can I have my weapon back?
Get here. Because I know I can't. Because he knows I have it. Because I knew you. This won't be like 2 years ago.
You are the first in the air, Scarlet.
Yeah.
And you see it immediately coming, swooping down off the peak of Kraven Top. It's a flock of rocks, ravenous birds that usually eat the goats surrounding the village, but they seem to be headed toward Kraven Top, toward all the people that have been out watching the festivities today.
Immediately rush into the biggest one and make sure that all of the other rocks scatter in response to
Okay.
slow them down or hinder their approach.
Okay.
Just
Are
bash
you
right
trying
into
to
them.
attack, or are you trying to create an advantage here, you think?
Let's see. I'm gonna create an advantage to buy the citizens more time to
Okay.
get
Why
out
don't
there.
you roll to forcefully create an advantage?
Sure, I can do that. That's 4 forceful. Plus
They
4.
rolled incredibly well.
No!
They rolled a 4
Oh,
on top of their clever score.
damn.
Do you have a token to spend to
Uh,
invoke any of your aspects?
Well, if I have a token, if you allow me to get that pre-token or that post token of putting those kids in danger.
Yeah, you can have that post token for putting those
Cool.
kids in danger.
I'll spend that token then. That token's been spent then to move the chains.
Okay. And which one are you spending here? Are you spending are you taking one of your strong moves? Are you saying the teeth are made to inflict pain and Scar's just gonna tear into one of them? Is he blasting a massive blast of red hot flame?
I think a blast of red hot flame just to scatter them.
Okay,
like,
excellent.
Like remove their formation, remove how organized they were in flight to scatter them and make them like rethink their battle strategy if they had one.
Okay. Excellent. So I'm gonna give them the condition scattered. Velocity and vibrance.
All right. I think because Velocity was already down here as well. She's pretty quick in getting on top of Velocity and zooming off. I'm going to, because they've already been scattered. I think kind of as like a sound deterrent, I'm going to spend a token and thunder booms in my wake when I dive. So I think we're just going to kind of be doing like I don't know if this is going to like be cool or weird, but essentially like a perimeter of diving so that there's like thunder that's kind of like warding them off. Kind of like as just loud noises, kind of making them corralling them away by like noises.
I could say that this is quick or clever. It's up to you.
Well, of course I'm gonna do quick because I'm good at that.
Okay. Why don't you roll to quickly create an advantage?
Hang on. Quick is 3. 2.
2 total? Do you have any tokens you want to spend here?
I do. I'll spend it to get.
Okay. To invoke that thunder?
Yes. So yes. And can I add 2 when I invoke an aspect? Or
yes.
is
yes.
That okay.
2. That adds 2 or lets you re-roll. It's up to you.
Okay. I will just add 2 and make it 4.
Okay. That is good enough. They now have the condition scared.
Hey,
It is
scattered and scared. Nice.
Yep, it is the bird's turn. This big one, who you blew the blast of flame, is swooping around to claw at you, Scarlet. What do you do?
I think in to like, oh, you think those are claws? Here are some real ones, and I think if it's Scar or is it me or Scar?
It's both of you. Yeah.
Then Scar is going to my teeth were made to inflict pain. in
Okay. So
response.
you're rolling to forcefully defend here. It
yes,
sounds like.
yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why don't you roll a defend forcefully?
Sure. That's 6.
Okay. Yeah, you defend on this. One of the braver birds is coming after you, Vibrance. What do you do?
I have one token left.
You don't have to spend tokens, remember.
Yes, but creepy cooker hurt.
Yeah, but you can spend the token after you roll too.
Oh, that's true. Can I just like dodge it?
Yeah, you can roll to quickly defend. Yeah. So why don't you roll to quickly defend?
4.
All right. Yeah, you succeed. You manage to get out of the way of this thing as it dives for the spot where you were a moment ago. 2 more birds are going after people who are scrambling for buildings down below. Who is going to defend them?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna
Okay.
go.
All right. How
Because
do you protect
Rascal-
the people?
because Rascal's a quick guy. It's a quick little guy. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run, pop on him, and because he is so fast and such a bright color, I'm hoping that if we dive in front of them, this might be a really risky move, but we are quick enough and sneaky enough if we dive in front of them to like interrupt this marriage and get their attention. So if like the birds are here, that's me and my dragon.
Right. Why don't you roll to quickly defend? And before you roll, I'm going to give you a token to invoke your new prosthetic tail that Rascal is still getting used to. So you're at a -2 on this roll.
Okay, cool.
So why don't you roll to quickly defend?
Okay, my quick though is a 2, so
Okay, so it's just a dice.
I need all the good vibes. This might be bad. Well, so now I have to do math. Okay. I'm gonna spend one of my tokens, and this is now a 1.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's a flat 1.
Okay. Do you spend any others?
I think because I have 1 token from breaking up a fight, and then clarifying I have another token, or we're utilizing a move. Yeah, then I'll use that other one, and I'll make that a +2.
Well, you get +2 after, so it would be a +3.
Okay, cool. Then
which is unfortunately not good enough. You're going to take you take 1 point, so you can just take a stress here.
Okay.
As you get stressed out trying to protect people.
Okay.
Does someone else stop one of these other rocks who's coming in?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're both flying.
Has to be one of you. This game doesn't do twos.
My dragon was right there with me, so I can say that I'm there first. Yeah.
Excellent. All right.
Mhm.
So how do you defend these people?
I'm trying to target the rocks with like a cold hit so that their little bird braids are like, oh, it's time to go to sleep, and then I'm trying to like frost them. Just fully, I'm like, go to bed. Because the little bird braids, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so much like meat for our dragon. Big chickens. So
I'm going to say that this is a forceful defense because you're attacking to defend here.
yes.
But
Oh, I'm not good at that.
you are not.
Not on my A game anymore. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna use one of my tokens from last time to invoke the I breathe wintry breath that can freeze my prey solid.
Sure. How do you do?
Let me roll. I got a -2, plus my 1, plus my token, which is 2. So I got 1.
Excellent. They rolled a -3 plus their 3, so they rolled a 0.
I win.
Excellent. So yeah, you freeze one of these birds solid as it flies right through your draft, and it just hits the ground and crashes like there's like a shattering ice.
Amazing.
And Winter roars in approval.
Good job.
Lee or Rebel, it's your turn.
I got something. So I think I jump on LaFleur and fly up to like a bulk of these rock and just like I want LaFlora to spit out the shocking balls of colorful electricity, but just like almost as bright as she can. More of just kind of like, ooh, look over here. What's that? It's so sparkly.
Yeah.
What is that? Just a very distracting burst of electricity that's happening like towards an area in which the people are not running towards.
Yeah. Why don't you roll to flashily create an advantage?
Yeah. That's gonna be a 3.
All right. Do you want to take advantage of the fact they're scared or scattered, or invoke anything? Are you
I'm
going to
gonna
stick
take
with
advantage
it?
of that they're scattered, so it's like a big bulk, like some of them that the group of
Okay.
them that have been
So that brings you to a 5.
Yep.
Okay, a 5 is good enough. So you took that token off scattered, and you put it on a new one called Moth to the Flame. As some of the rocks break off to follow your lights, almost mesmerized. Lee and Rascal.
We failed. We did
That
not
was
do
your
well.
defense. That
was my
their
defense.
turn.
Okay, sick. Then I trying to think. Part of me is like, should I just breathe fire at these guys? Should I just do that? But we're not forceful though. That's the thing. So I think.
So you could sneak up behind some of them and
Yeah.
shoot at them.
You can sneak up the
Yeah.
ones that I just distracted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll take out then the ones that you just distracted. I'll do
Alright.
that.
Why don't you roll to sneakily attack?
Okay. Okay, that is a 4.
Okay, excellent. Do you want to invoke that moth to the flame as well, that they are distracted?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's invoke that.
Okay, that brings you to a 6. And they got a 0, so you succeeded with style here. Your 6 will give them 4 stress, so they're maxed out on their stress because they get 1. Actually, no, we'll max them out on stress because they have 5 stress. I will give them a mild condition of
Burned.
stressed. They're just stressed.
So stressed.
Yeah. Outnumbered.
Ooh, that's a
Heck yeah.
good number.
As you take out like 3 of them, and now there's only 4 left.
Mhm.
And that has a free invoke on it. Why don't we hop over to Sandy as you finally fully get airborne after that quick ice strike as you were taking off.
hmm
What do you do?
I think seeing where things are at is trying to see if there's any stragglers, because I feel like a lot of the group, they're kind of like surrounding, doing like all that. So trying to like catch stragglers and is
Huh?
maybe trying to sneak up on them and then be like with the ice.
All right. Why
Flash
don't you roll
freeze.
to sneakily attack?
Sounds great. I would love to. Roll 0 + 2. And are there any more advantages?
They're scared and outnumbered.
I have a 2. I'll use outnumbered, because if I'm going for stragglers, it makes sense.
Yep. Excellent. So that brings you up to a 4 total.
Yes.
Okay, they got a 2 total. So they're out of stress fully, so they're going to have to take another condition.
Beautiful.
They're going to take the condition dragon food.
Mm.
As I think Winter freezes one of these and then just snaps down on it like a roxicle.
Yeah.
And we're back to the top to you, Scarlet. You're making quick work of these things.
Yeah. I think it's time to just finish off the stragglers. I think
Yep.
that's just the game plan here.
Okay.
And just while we have flash frozen some, it is time
Yep.
to barbecue the others.
Yeah. Why don't you roll to forcefully attack?
Sure thing. That is forceful. What's my force? My forceful is +3, right? It's +3. Yeah, so it's 6.
Excellent. Yeah. And yeah, you can take advantage of dragon food and scared here too if you'd like for
Yes, 100%.
for free, which
Yes.
brings you up to a 12.
Yep.
Damn.
And there's like 3 of these things left, and I think Scar just burns one, eats it, burns one, eats it, burns one, eats it, and
Like a
eats
little Pac-Man.
like little Pac-Man.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
Waka, 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 waka.
Scariest
Yeah.
Pac-Man you've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like all the other dragons are like, what the heck? Leave some for us.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck, Scar?
What the fuck?
Velocity was like had their jaws open, ready to like attack one,
Yeah.
but then Scar just comes and
swooped in.
Yeah.
Hey, they won't need any food for the rest of the day. You're good
Yeah.
for a while. Right now, at least a couple hours.
Yeah. And you hear the town blow the all clear. There's like a horn that they blow as you all take the landing. What do you do?
I slide off, and I'm just making sure that everyone in the town is like okay, that no one got hurt.
Yeah.
Can I do something?
Of course you
Yeah.
can. What trouble do you have in that devious mind of yours now, huh?
Riding off the high of combat. Vibrance is going to land next to Rebel. And just like a flurry of like euphoria from like battling and doing amazing stuff all day, she kind of like lands on the ground next to Rebel, assuming he's already landed.
Mhm.
And we'll just like, I really like you. And I just wanted to say that. You're just really cool and very nice and kind, and I'm gonna go now. And we'll go and walk off.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
I think Rebel is. Does the floor say anything? I don't know what to say.
LaFleur's like, what are you gonna do? Don't just stand there.
What? God.
And kind of nudges you behind to like go catch
Okay,
up
right,
to.
all right, God. And then again, I'm going to show up unexpectedly. It seems like I have teleport powers in front of Vibrance. I just know the city better than Vibrance does.
Yes.
And how do I want to do this? We'll show up again in front, hand on head, and we'll like take a deep breath.
Can't get into character. I'm too flustered. I did this to myself.
Take a deep breath and listen. I really enjoy hanging out with you. You're by far the easiest person to talk to and relax around. Besides Sandy. Sandy's a different kind of. Sandy's a different beast. I dealt with them for so much longer, but I really care about you. Would you like to get dinner sometime? Outside of the hold?
Romantically, right?
Yeah, no, not like Scarlet.
I would really like that, Rebel.
And I will. Yeah, I'll give Vibrance a forehead kiss. And then at that point would be like, yes, okay, disappears.
Vibrance is so red and just has the biggest grin on her face, and she's just standing there. She's just standing there. Anyway, that's it.
Anyway, yeah, it's gone. Anyway, we're gonna choose who's next.
We're gonna choose!
We're gonna choose who's the next
We're gonna
round.
choose.
Sandy's like icing their back again and is like, all right. Like full on has like an arm out. We ready?
I mean, who do you think?
I think. Oh, wait, what are the names again? I literally.
It's
Had it.
Tyson, Lydia, Hannah, Riley, and Jonathan.
Yeah. Can I grab Rook for a second as well? I have a question.
Yeah,
Rook.
what's up?
What was your? I feel like I've asked you this before, but it's been a while. What was the process for you to become a Warren Keeper?
Oh, I was chosen by the church.
Yeah, but like for other stations, I've heard there's other processes depending on the hold.
Yeah.
But do you know any of that?
No, I just know before me it was Father Tony who taught me how
Yeah.
to do this. You remember Father Tony?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're better.
Yeah, I'm way better than Father Tony.
100%. Except really good pizza. But anyways, well, just I know this is a tough decision we all have to make. Thank you, Rook. But I just think I see a lot of potential in Hannah, but I also see a possibility for Hannah to be a Warren Keeper because I saw a lot of interest specifically in dragons.
Oh yeah, I mean, we could always change the traditions. We'd have to get it through the Council of Elders and
Yeah.
get it stamped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we could always, because I think like we have the temple up there, but we also have like the churches down here. The main part of being a Warren Keeper, we could always have it like maybe they just have to like stay up to date on the stuff with the Temple of the Goddess. We can talk about details later, but I just wanted to bring.
I actually think Hannah has a lot of potential in being a dragon rider. She did really well in my trial. So did Tyson, but I also heard about Tyson's mishap in
Yeah, we still can't
Scarlet's
find
trial.
Tyson.
You
Oh my
can't
God.
find. You mean you
What
can't
do you
find
mean can't
Tyson?
find
You mean you
Oh,
can't find
He's a
Tyson?
fast runner.
You gotta find that kid.
He hasn't stopped
I-
running this entire time.
I think
God.
we need to put everything on hold and go find Tyson.
To find that kid.
People are on
Well-
it. People are on it.
People
Okay,
will find
as
him.
long
He's
as
got to
people
be
are on
there
it.
for the choosing ceremony, so
Yeah.
he'll be there.
Mm.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah, Yorick, I'm pretty sure went for a run to go find him.
Yes. York should find them.
I mean,
Did
it
anyone
was-
else kind of?
I mean, judging from, like, I mean, honestly, if we went by one test, Scarlet's test is pretty telling of
Yeah.
who is ready to be a dragon rider and who's not.
I don't
they're-
think any of
they're-
them
they're-
are.
I mean, you're not ready until you take the training, but these are the first
Yeah.
steps. And if you're gonna have a dragon be as intense as Scar around you, it's good to know that
Yeah.
the Scar is a good litmus test for the
Mm-hmm.
intensity of dragons, not just the good ones, but the ones on the other side.
I'm a good dragon.
You're a good dragon, bud.
yeah.
You're a
I'm a
fantastic
good
dragon.
boy.
You're the best. We talked about this. I spent the token and everything. You're the best friend of the best dragon, the best dragon rider. Okay.
Yeah. And Lee, I heard you saying that you don't think any of them are ready, but you said that last year and the year before as well.
I think 13's too young. I genuinely think 13 is too young of an age. And of course, this is something that may be above us. But if they were 16, I think we'd be having an entirely different conversation.
They don't get out of the Caldera till they're 18 as well. I know it's early for us to pick them, but
It's not a matter of getting out of the Caldera when they are 18. I don't think they are emotionally ready to leave their family and friends behind. I know it's just a one person sort of thing,
yeah.
but personally, I don't think any of them are ready, and I do worry specifically for Lydia and Hannah that putting them into an environment such as the Caldera at such a young age might not be the best choice for them. I think it might break Hannah, to be honest. I think it might
completely
turn her.
disagree.
What do you think it'll do then?
Train her.
I think Hannah has a lot of potential. She showed promise of a lot of growth today. She did phenomenally well. She thought outside the box for my trial.
Yeah.
And
And I think if we're going based off Lee, you saying if someone's soft spoken, that means they can't handle things. You're the most soft spoken of our group, and I'd say you're one of the most hardcore as well. Like you can't
It's
go
not-
off that.
it's not a matter of being soft-spoken. It's a matter of the fact that I had time to grow. That's all. And listen, if there is a majority decision, I will go with what the majority says. But personally, deep in my heart, I do not feel comfortable sending any of these children to the Caldera.
I can't really say anything to that since the way that I got chosen was a little bit more unorthodox.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a weird day.
Yeah, you're telling me I was not even supposed to be there. So
Yeah, tell the story. Vibrance hasn't heard this one. It's a fun one.
Oh, it's a great story, actually.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I did break into the Caldera when the hatching ceremony was happening. I was not supposed to be there. And then this one, looking at LaFlora, ended up hatching for me.
Yeah.
So
So
I didn't really get a choosing trial. I just happened to be in the place and ended up with a dragon. No one
the
expected
consequences
it.
of your own actions.
Wait, how? Lee, I forget yours. How did you get your choosing?
Well, I believe I failed a lot. I really wanted to be a dragon rider. I was a late bloomer. I thought, well, Sandy, what's the cutoff age again?
13. You only like this. It's that's
Yeah. No, I tried every single year, and it was like a month before my 14th birthday. Finally got in. I failed a bunch of times. But then I was sent to the Caldera. The hatching ceremony was strange and different. I had never seen a dragon egg up close before like that, and that was quite exciting. But I don't know, I had a very lonely time in the Caldera, and I'm just afraid that some of these children are going to have a lonely time too. That's all.
fair. That's fair.
It's kind of almost a two-way street. We can choose whoever,
Mm-hmm.
but whether or not they actually end up going, that's on them.
Yeah.
And getting chosen to go to the Caldera does not guarantee that they will be getting chosen by a dragon.
Yeah.
exactly.
That's a whole other bag of worms.
So
And as someone who just graduated from the academy, I feel like they have room to improve. Like it's very generational, I think. Training for the Caldera, and if you don't want them to be lonely, then I think we can speak with the Caldera and work towards improving it. But
We found Tyson.
oh thank God.
Oh my God.
Good. Good.
Where was he?
Oh thank God.
He was hiding.
Okay.
Turns out he's a good hider too.
Oh, that's good. Good.
Fair
Oh,
enough.
well,
Jot
that's a
that to your
great skill
notes.
to have.
That's a great note.
Well, I can't
duly
believe
noted.
Tyson made it to the top 3.
but I think in saying that, Lee, I think in a bit of opposition, I think they need a lot of time to train. They need 5 years. It's a dangerous job. And they have to start young because they have to learn a lot. And starting young is when they're most malleable.
And our bodies only have so much time. My
You
gosh.
okay?
You good?
This is like the 7th time this week that you've asked that back, and it's Tuesday. So
I'm not getting any younger, team. to be fair with all, this isn't the time to bring it up. Never mind. Back to the kids.
Oh, Andy, what is it?
No, I'm past. Never mind. I'm never past my prime, but it's getting to the point where it's not the safest for me to be in this position anymore. And I'm feeling it. So,
Understandable.
retirement is on the mind.
Retirement?
Oh.
You gotta get out before it gets you, And I've done 35, 40, a lot of years. I think it's 20, 30. I don't know. So,
Andy, you can't leave. Who's gonna walk around with their tits out?
I can visit just for you, Lee.
Have you been urinating after Sandy this whole time? Was that what that comment was about?
Obviously, yes. Lee doesn't even have to answer that. Wait.
Okay. Part of me is like, should I do a weak move and lack conviction and make the hard choice? Because he's like, I don't think any of these kids are good choices.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, you could. Yeah, I think you get it. You could ask for a token for just being opposition of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, like, we all get a vote. Your vote can
Yeah.
be no one.
Well,
Like,
yeah, roll can be
that's
no one.
allowed.
Yeah. Hey, Natalie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Token?
Can I use my weak move, lack the conviction, to make a hard choice to gain a token?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, thank you.
Token, please.
So,
So
how's
I
everyone
guess,
else
yeah, everyone.
voting?
Right. Are we going to like write it on paper and
No.
send it in?
No,
Do
you
we
all just
pay
say
for
it.
I'll just say it.
Okay.
Just say
I
it.
just say it? Okay.
Well, we know what your vote is.
Mhm.
So,
Okay, well, we didn't have to say it like that, Scarlett.
hey, I'm gonna be blunt from the conversation. That's what it sounded like.
All right.
I vote Lydia. From my trial, Lydia took command of the group, was able to come up with a strategy and take me down. And Lydia was also the most confident to go up to Scar. Now, I do think we should send in a letter of recommendation for a caretaker class or caretaker training for Hannah. Though soft-spoken and sweet, from what I hear from Vibrant's test, from Lee's test, and from what we saw with Scar, she really cares about dragons. And the caretaker spot isn't the same from keep to keep.
Warren Keeper, not caretaker.
Well, Warren Keeper.
Job.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It's not the same process from hold to hold. And
Fine, y'all want to replace me. I see
no,
how
we're
it
not
is.
replacing you, Rook.
I mean,
Unless you're
hey, don't you want someone? Hey, don't you want
Listen,
someone to
I
order
could
around?
use some help.
I was gonna
You
say,
can
don't you
take
want
an
someone to
intern.
order around? Yeah. Think about it
Yeah.
like that. Have
Yeah,
someone do
we
all the tasks you don't want to do.
I
Yeah.
don't want to do any tasks.
That's why I always do them.
I mean, that's also a thing. Do we want to possibly? It's in the cards. I've seen the paperwork that Sandy and Scarlett have to do. Do we want to implement a program of squires so they learn more about dragons?
Oh,
Oh. And that would help
I will-
prepare future ones.
Yes.
I will vote on the condition that we draft for squires.
That means it must be a very good idea if it changed Lee's mind.
yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
So my vote is
Yeah.
Lydia, with changes of how we go forward with caretaker, with warren keepers and other jobs that
Mm,
they might be interested in.
fair enough.
Now we're gonna take care of a bunch of little snots. Wait, how'd this happen?
That can't help. Yeah.
You're like, wait a minute, hold on,
Love
wait,
that.
no. Oh, no.
I would like to vote for Hannah, but I still do very much enjoy that idea, so I'm behind the drafting up for squires.
All right. Sandy?
I vote for Lydia. Lydia's more ready at the moment, and from what I've heard from others, Hannah's primary desire is to be around dragons, and Lydia's primary desire is to help people and wanting to be a hero. While it can seem like a simple cause, it's what got me in. So I'm happy.
All right. Lee, you said your vote changed.
I'll vote, but I would like to know who you're going to vote for because I don't want to be a split vote.
I was-
Commander.
You
can
would
have the
be a
last vote.
split vote if you are the
I know.
one.
Okay, so wait,
Yes.
let's talk then. I guess a little above and on table.
I'm
Yeah,
going to be
who are you
voting.
looking
I want what everyone else is saying. Well, I'm Lydia and Warren Keeper Hannah.
Okay.
That's what I'm.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's more dramatic if the commander goes last. Personally.
Okay, cool. Got it. Okay. And story. I think I think Lee goes, well, if Lydia wants to be a dragon rider that badly, I think she has shown enough tenacity, nerve, spirit, and grace to deserve that position. But I also think Hannah should be brought into our fold and learn the ways of a Warren Keeper. Because if she keeps that gentleness, that awareness, that kindness about her, it will serve her well in that sort of role.
Mhm.
That's my vote.
Mhm.
Scarlet.
I mean, at this point, it's rather unanimous. And well, I share the sentiment. I think Hannah, while brave, also has different goals than what we all had when we were striving for this wonderful gig of ours. And Lydia has a future in being a writer. They've got the tenacity and the drive for it. Whether that continues is up to them. Once they do go to the Caldera, because while that star shines brightly, it could also burn brightly too, burn quickly, burn out. It's up to them. But I do also agree that getting the youth more accustomed to dragons, more accustomed to this aspect of the world is important. So I think having Warren Keeper training and having Squire training is a wonderful idea. And he looks over to Rook. Hey, so you might have been outvoted there, old friend. You may have to look after some more young people.
Fine.
That just means you get to do less.
Sounds pretty good.
I look at Rook and go, don't worry, I'll help you. I'll help build the curriculum.
Means you gotta feed more mouths.
Oh no, when has that ever been a problem? Leftovers for
Yes.
days.
Jeez. we don't want another Tyson situation in which we can't find them for a
We
while.
gotta put some bells on some kids. Make sure
Um,
they jingle and ring.
uh, there is in the main chapel of Kraven, the 5 um, candidates
Mhm.
stand. They're all kind of in sort of. Actually, I think they're all in. It looks sort of like the jumpsuits you guys wear.
Mhm.
Uh, they look like they're in rider gear,
Oh, I love that.
and they're kind of standing at attention at the top as you 5 walk in. And the high priest of Kraven says, "Dragon riders of Kraven Top, have you made your decision?
We have.
Who do you choose to join your rank?"
And like looking at the 5 of them. You all did wonderful. You all showed your strengths and your weaknesses during these trials. Both very important for both us and yourselves to see. Of the 5 of you, I will have Lydia and Hannah step forward.
They look at each other. Um, everyone, there's like murmuring in the crowd. Like everyone's like, two people.
Are they
You-
holding hands?
Yes. Yeah, I think Hannah reaches out first, and then Lydia sees it and takes it.
The 2 of you showed a combination of strength that is very, very welcome in the Warrenguard. However, only one of you is headed to the next stage of this journey, while the other is headed to a new evolution of our teachings. Lydia, you show the promise of a grand warrior, a hero in an aspect you don't quite know yet, but will learn. And therefore, you have been chosen to head to the Caldera. Hannah, while you do not show the drive of a hero, you show the drive of someone who cares, of someone who wants to see the greatest of these majestic creatures that we call our partners. And so, we will be instituting training for you to learn and grow as a warrant keeper to ensure that the dragons not only feel at home and safe, but are taken care of in ways that we just can't.
Um, the crowd goes wild, and Hannah and Lydia hug, and Jonathan and Tyson and even Riley is clapping a little bit.
Okay.
Uh, uh,
And for the rest of you, if interested, we will be instituting squire training so that you may be better prepared for the next test in the next year to see if you get chosen for either position. If you are up to it.
and I think you've got a whole bunch of 12-year-olds fighting each other to sign up to be squires now. Um, and I think we end with Cassandra saying goodbye to Lydia. Who's flying Lydia to the Caldera?
I think
I would like
Oh.
to.
Ooh. Because they're gonna retire. They're
They're
gonna
retired behind our backs.
They're gonna
We'll never
backs.
return.
never
I just have to
return.
go pick up some paperwork.
And we see Cassandra give Lydia a big hug and kiss her on the forehead and be like, "You're going to be so great as a dragon rider. Write me every week." And she's like, "I will, Mom." And her dad is like, "Good job, kid." Um, and Jonathan gives his sister a big hug and is like, "I'm proud of you, twin sister. If you have a dragon, that's almost like me having a dragon. 'Cause we're the same." Um, and she grabs her bag and climbs on the back of Winter with you. She says, "I've never ridden Winter before."
So it's because I heard that, well, I think you've said quite a few times you want to ride a gold dragon. And so
Uh-huh.
this is another metallic dragon, so I thought I'd give you the closest thing to it.
Yeah.
All right.
And she
Now,
reaches down and pets Winter.
yeah, I've laid a blanket down because winter can be quite cold for people that aren't
Yeah.
used to
Yeah.
used to them. All right.
Do you talk on the way to the Caldera?
I do a bit of chatting. This is also because Sandy is definitely in the mindset of this might be one of the like last big rides because it's like
Uh-huh.
I have a dragon
Yeah.
you know, but is just kind of going through all the like old stories of like, so here's different Caldera stories that I've heard from over the years. Don't take crap from anybody. Here's what the real hazing things were in my day. Here's what to expect. They should have cracked down on it by now, so it should be fine. If anyone gets up in your business, you're strong. You tell them what for, you know.
Yeah.
um,
And
and
as you
just
get close to the
nothing.
Caldera,
Mhm.
you start seeing other dragons on the horizon, other riders bringing their chosen candidates
Mhm.
to the Caldera, and it is a chaotic scene as you land, as there's so many kids getting off dragons.
Mhm.
You see some other riders. I think you see that rider Candace, the one who is a commander now, who you chose
Yeah.
a long time ago, and she comes and
Mhm.
gives you a big hug.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, do you do anything else at the Caldera while you're there?
I think it's walking to check like and like saying hi to some people,
Yep. Yeah.
but also is gonna just inquire about like the paperwork, like what happened. Like it's wants a brochure that's just like what's after retirement for a dragon rider
Yeah.
is looking for like a veterans pamphlet
Yeah.
essentially.
And
Um,
you hear a cough behind you, and
yeah,
it's the Dragon Master General, the leader of all Warrenguards, and says,
yeah.
"Sandy, I was quite sad to hear you step down as commander."
Yeah, it really made me much colder. I had to be that side of myself for so long, and after you heard what happened at our Warren, I had a readjustment about what I wanted to spend my time doing while I still had the physical form. And I looks at the brochure. I'm coming to another possible decision again soon. How have you been?
I've been well. We've gotten some valuable information from the rogue rider that you sent here.
Oh, yeah, great.
We want your Warren Guard to go and take down the rogue dragon rider Cinder, and
Wow.
hands you a set of orders that have a map to where Cinder's location is and all of the information that you need.
looks at it and is like, guess it's not time to retire just yet, eh?
One last ride.
One last ride. Grabs the brochure, puts it like on top of this, looks at it, puts it behind,
Uh-huh.
then just holds up the paper, uses the paper as like a little top hat, little salute. Thank you, Dragon Master General, and say hi to the family.
Of course I will.
Okay.
And I think that's where we're gonna end things. Thank you all so much for watching. We're gonna go around and we'll start with you, Abby. Abby, who are you? Where can people find you?
Hi, my name is Abby. I go by ABZKELLY everywhere. People can find me on Instagram, on Twitter, on TikTok, though I deleted the app because I scroll too much. And on Twitch, I started streaming a JoJo run in Stardew Valley because I'm obsessed. And also, if you saw something that said, "Man, I love flying," which is short form abbreviated MILF, I also have a t-shirt that says it. Crazy. Also, there's this cool little thing called Warrenguard that I'm the art director of, and it's coming up so soon. February 24th launches on BackerKit. If you're like, how am I going to remember this date and time? When is all this happening? Go to warrenguardgame.com. It is pinned in the Twitch chat. Hopefully I'm gesturing in the right directions. And go there, you put in your email, and then you confirm your email. Because what if someone doesn't confirm that? How are you going to know when it happens? So make sure to do that, because this game is so good, and you deserve to play it.
Good.
Exactly. So please do that. Thank you. Love you. I'm streaming Stardew tomorrow, and I'm going to romance Haley for Valentine's Day. Thank you.
All right. Let's hop over to AJ. AJ, who are you? Where can people find you?
Hello, I'm Husha Kid, also known as AJ. I reversed it. Surprise! I go by Husha_Kid all over the internet. You can look at all my stuff on hushakid.wordpress.com, which that has all the videos that I edit, all the stuff that I've performed in, and all that good stuff, and hire me for stuff. You can also find me this Friday over on Critical Misses doing another Warrenguard game, where we are.
God, I wish that was me.
Where I play the caretaker, the green dragon rider Florian, whose commander is definitely not their divorced partner at all.
You really went from one end of the spectrum to the other.
Yeah, I went from
You went from
starting
new
a
love to
relationship
divorce.
to divorce. We're having a great time, but this week we're going to a ball. We're going to the ball. We're having a formal.
Natalie, when can we go to a ball?
Where's Apple?
Yeah, Natalie.
We had to do different chapters that we didn't do in this one, so it's different chapters.
Mom said it was my turn with the masquerade ball.
Depth, who are you and where can people find you?
Hello, my name is Depth, like the ocean. You can find me on all things. You can find me on all things by Chaotic Bunny. If you love found family shit, do I have a podcast for you coming out next Friday? Not this Friday. Next Friday. Finding Ithaca, Starfinder, Space. It's very heavily inspired by Treasure Planet and Titan AE. Lots of weird aliens, lots of chasing, lots of finding treasure. Check it out. And you can watch some prologue episodes. You can watch Christian's and Madeline's right now. If you've loved their role playing this episode, you should absolutely check out more. And yeah, that's where you can do all the stuff. And make sure you contact your representatives for a ceasefire and scream about it. People are watching. Scream about it.
Madeline, where can people find you?
Hello, I'm Madeline, Jewel of the Nation. No, um, trying to make a bad joke. Hi, I'm Madeline. I am the Goose Girl on all good social media platforms. Have you ever wondered if I was just a little guy? Have you ever looked at me and thought, gee, I wonder what she would look like as a little guy? Well, you can you can hear me go being a little guy on the Starfinder podcast Finding Ithaca that Death just plugged. I play a possum who is sent up into space in the year of our Lord 1960 before the moon landing happened, and he loves three things: country music, the Houston Astros, and his dad. So if that resonates with you, go latch on to him the same way I have. I'm the Goose Girl at all good social media platforms. I do stream like Abby, but I'm infrequent. And once again, I'm gonna second call your representatives. Please call them. That's it.
Okay. And Christian, where can people find you?
Hey, hello, hey everybody. Hi, my name is Christian, aka Fluffy Goombo, all over the internet. I am a TTRPG performer, an educator here in the space. I am in so many projects. Most recently, I'm part of the Unprepared Casters new arc, and Back Again, which is a Wander Home game where, guess what, we play some little guys. I play a Devil Leaf Tail Gecko named Euro Fantastica, and they are a just a bundle of charisma, and they steal lots of things, but especially hearts. You can also find me on Finding Ithaca. My prologue episode came out, and I was like, that's a good prologue episode. That's tight. Also, Madeline's is great. I love it. I can't wait for you all to see the rest of them and the first episode and all the episodes afterwards. It's gonna be great. Death is putting in a hell of a lot of work, so please go support them.
I'm so tired.
They give them all the love, because they've definitely earned it. Because damn, it's good shit. And if you want to see any other projects I'm in, just check out my link tree. Just check it out. There's so many.
You should. So fucking talented.
Thank you. I'm so talented. I'm so humble.
You
all as well.
are.
Thank you.
This table full of talent.
Yeah. Also, go call your representatives. Yell at them. Call them motherfuckers. Do it, because they're being sloppy.
Wow.
They're being bitches. They're being lazy.
All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Natalie Putum. I wrote a little game called Warrenguard.
Yeah.
If you want, please go to warrenguardgame.com, hit the follow button, confirm your email. That's the best way to support the game right now. It's less than 2 weeks away. Less than 2 weeks, and this game will be available to all of you.
Ugh. And it's such a good fucking game. I want to keep playing this forever and ever and ever.
You can also go to luckoftheharbor.com and find my other games, Sapphic Space Pirates, and be a lesbian space pirate, which is everyone's real dream.
It's good shit.
Yeah, and Friday you can find me over on Critical Misses, where I will be running more Warrenguard for the Tide hold. And then next Monday, Abby forgot to mention this, but over on Abby's Twitch channel, ABC Kelly, you can see us doing a Q&A about Warrenguard. If you go to luckoftheharbor.com, we're going to post something very soon, looking for your cues for us to A. It's going to be me, Abby. We're going to have
we have our
Tony.
dragon artist, Anonymous Knob, and Dice Dungeons. We have one of their dice makers. What was the name again? Do you remember? I was like, I have the list.
John. John
I didn't want to say the wrong one. I was like, we've been calling you Kid Jonathan.
John is going to be there talking about the dice, because we're going to have enamel fate dice, tokens, and there's going to be a very special cubic zirconia dice tier that is going to be like for the super backers. If you've got
Mhm.
like a lot of money you want to throw at this game, you can get some cubic
Mm.
zirconia
Yeah.
dice for this game.
If you're rich, we
Uh,
got the tier for you.
yeah, yeah, we will take your money and give you goods and services in exchange. Um, Thank you, everyone, so much for watching. Call your representatives, ask for a ceasefire. Thank you all so much. Have a great night.